passion our purpose, profit our pain. I don't want my name to ever be in vain. A life full of substance is the only thing that will remain the same. Millennial thoughts.
Bye. Bye.
To Millennial Thoughts with your girl Alicia. Today I have a lovely guest from Instagram. Her name is Ashley, and she is the founder and CEO of the App Melanin on the map for all my travelers out here. I hope y'all are enjoying this travel series, and I hope y'all enjoy this episode to hear from her and more what she has to say about travel and her app. So welcome, Ashley. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I am Ashley McDonough. I am the CEO and founder of Melanin on the Map. I'm a journalist, producer, and a businesswoman.
Yes, we love that. All things business.
Yes.
And so, you're on the West Coast. This West Coast, East Coast thing,
Oh yeah, it's different.
Really
and I'm from the East Coast. I'm just out here now. So I'm from the East
Oh,
Coast.
you're from the East Coast?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to get to the West Coast. I'm really trying to get to Los Angeles. I really want to speak into existence. But everybody's like, why you want to go out there? Why you want to go out there? I'm like, y'all, because I want to go. Okay.
Where are you on the East?
I'm in Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Oh, Kentucky. Wow. I don't think I've met probably a couple of people from college, but wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. I came from New York. So I was born and raised in New York.
And I know. I was, everybody's like, well, why don't you go to New York? I'm like, oh yeah, New York is kind of cold. You know what I'm saying? I lived in New York actually when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because I was like born into the military. My dad's in the military. So actually I was born in Tacoma, Washington. And then I moved to the East Coast, that Virginia and New York, that coldness, you know what I'm saying?
Got
it. Now I'm in Kentucky. So yeah, that's there's that. So you said that you're a journalist. So how did you get into like traveling? Like what made you start traveling?
Well, travel has always kind of been a part of my life. So I'm first generation American. Both of my parents are from the Caribbean. So I was born and raised in New York. My dad is born and raised in Jamaica, and my mom is born and raised in Dominica. Not Republic, the little baby island next to like Barbados and Antigua. So,
okay, thanks for clarifying.
Yes, because I know they always get it mixed up. So it's Dominica. So kind of like travel and culture and all that, because that's kind of just how I grew up. So I've been traveling like forever because, a lot of my family is still down there. So that's kind of where it first got instilled in me from young. And then kind of like it just grew. My passion just grew as the years went by. And then I started traveling on my own. I studied abroad in Spain. So I was living out there for about 8 months or so. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of just trip after trip and experience after experience. So yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I love Jamaica. I went there last year. Amazing.
Oh, it is. I know.
Yeah. I love the Caribbean. I'm like, dang, I think I was born in the wrong the wrong country or something like that. I'm like, that's my vibe down there.
Exactly how I feel. Like, honestly, I just feel so at home when I'm down there. Like, it's just like at peace. Like, my mind is free. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm cracking up. You're the second person that I interviewed, I believe. That's like second generation. Actually, the other girl that I interviewed, she was talking about the Caribbean too. Like she's doing studies about the Caribbean, like the African diaspora. And she's like, she's Haitian. So that was cool. And then you're like, I'm like, okay, these second generation, that's so cool to be able to just like learn about it and talk about it. And I also think like from a different perspective of being African American, we weren't like, I mean, I don't know where I'm flying to, like now I don't have family, but like when in your regards, like y'all were able to learn more about it because like your family came from a different country and you were able to go back and whether that was meet family or you like grew up maybe differently with like cultures and you might have learned about travel more younger and stuff like that.
Right.
I think that's also interesting too when like the different ways that people are raised and how travel is instilled in them. Like yours was learned from your family being in another country. Mine was learned from being a military child. So I was be able to travel and go around the world and stuff like that. So I also think that's like interesting as well. And I studied abroad too, just like you. I didn't go to Spain. I went to Trinidad and Tobago and Panama.
Oh, so,
nice. I went to those countries, so I'm all about Latin America, Caribbean, stuff like that. So I was gonna ask, like you said that you're a journalist. Have you been able to like travel with being a journalist? Are you like a travel journalist, or is like that like your day job and you like do traveling on the side?
So I'm a producer by day. So I'm a journalist because I'm a contractor writer for a number of different publications. So I kind of started my career in journalism. So like writing for different companies, so like Essence and Exxon and Cole and like Madame Noir and those type of companies. And it's always been about like culture more than anything, about like
Mm-hmm.
Black culture. So travel kind of went, it kind of like goes in and out, but it's more so just Black culture overall. So entertainment, media, love, like relationships. What it was just really about Black culture. So it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't necessarily about travel as far as like my professional career. It was just
Okay.
more about like the Black culture, and then like kind of stemming from there. Travel being my passion, I just really realized like the lack of representation of people of color in that industry. And it's not that we're not traveling; it's just it's we're not represented on that light.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That it's like, oh, you're a producer, you do this, and this is just, something that you're passionate about. So speaking of that, is that how did Melanin on the Map come about?
Okay, so it took a while, but at the same time, like everything kind of happened so fast. It's weird. So like Mel on the Map has been like a passion project of mine for years. Like I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't really know in what like facility in that sense. Like I didn't necessarily know it was gonna be an app. I just knew I wanted it to be something that would like move people but was easily accessible to everyone. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
why it formulated into an app. So and I knew I wanted to create like a safe space for travelers and people of color, particularly because, of my own experience being a woman of color and like going different places and kind of like people asking you certain questions like, how do you get to travel so many different places? Or like, what's it like being a Black woman in certain areas? And all of these questions, it's like, there should be a space somewhere that can answer all those questions for someone. Or like, having like an affordable outlet somewhere like that. So that's kind of it started as just like a vision and kind of figuring out how I'm gonna like bring this to fruition. And then I just started taking the steps to doing it. So I went and I started getting like I got my trademark, got my business license and all that. I went through Alakazam Apps, which is Dana Chanel. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her, but
Yes, I've heard of her before. Mm-hmm. I
yeah, so
have.
Dana Chanel is they call her the Sprinkle of Jesus girl because she has an app, but she's a serial entrepreneur. So she has many companies, and one of her companies is Alakazam Apps. And they I went through their developers to create the app, as far as like the outline and how everything I wanted it to be, and then kind of just went from there. Got my license, got like my writers, got everything, and it's just step by step, and here we are.
Oh my gosh, that's so great and so cool. And that's inspiring to people who do want to start an app. I also want an app too, being a traveler, like wanting to get into the industry. I want an app too to just like help people, whether that's coming, I guess, create your own trip or if you need some advisors or something like that. I think that's really
Right.
important to know like there's an app out there because I mean, there is so many apps, but there's not an app as specific as your
Exactly.
app. And I think I like her. I seen it on Instagram and I heard about that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a cool thing. Like, let me see. I do my research. Like, okay, let me see who did this. Let me see how to figure out this. Just to like learn and be able to show and tell people that like there's an app for y'all. Like new travelers, like people are always asking like, oh, how do you travel? Where do you go? Different things like that. And I
Exactly.
feel like
Right.
that's a great resource for them to be able to learn about it, see different trips. And if they're afraid to go solo, you might have some group trips. You're
Right.
you're over here. You're getting travel agents now, so it's just like all coming up and booming. So I
Yeah,
think
it's a lot.
yeah, no, I think that's really cool. How did you like think of Melanin on the Map? Was that just like thinking about you and how you represent it, or was it like, oh my gosh, this is a cool idea? So like you just put a name to it.
Oh, how did I come up with the name in particular?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that's a funny story. So I had this whole vision, and I knew exactly what I wanted the app to be, and I knew I wanted travel agents, and I knew I wanted minority travel experiences, and every component of the app was done. And I had no name. I had literally no name to what I wanted to name it. So I knew. So I wrote out like a list of what I wanted it to be. Something like about culture and something about like wanderlust or like melanin or something. But I really wanted people of color because I really
Mhm.
wanted it to be like, people of color, minorities as a whole have their own travel experiences, like unique experiences, not just Black people. So yeah, so back to the name. So I wrote out this whole list and I was kind of like trying to figure it out, and it was just like it wasn't coming to me. And I was talking to my best friend, shout out to Brooke, Coco, I call her Coco. And
That's
I was just like, girl, I don't know what I'm gonna name this thing. And I was giving her names. I was like, Melanin and Wanderlust and Culture. And she was like, okay, she'll think about it and she'll come up with, we'll figure it out, whatever. So I just sent her the list and I was still looking about it. And then like the next couple of days, she messaged me and she was like, I don't know, like, what do you think about that? And I was like, oh my God, I love it. At first I was still a little hesitant, but then after I went through my graphic designer and I saw like how my image would look, I just fell in love with the name. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted it to represent. People of color all over the globe. And that's what Melanin on the Map really represents.
Yes, that's so dope. Shout out to you, girl. Like helping with the name. Okay, that's cool. Because some people like they start off with the name and then they go from it. So it's just cool to see how like different creatives or different people figure out how they want to go and further like whatever their projects they have with the projects that they have. So do you see Melanin on the Map? Like, do you see this going into like full time travel and doing it, or do you still like love your job so much that you think that you want to still keep that and then do Melanin on the Map?
Absolutely. I feel like this is what I want to do full time for sure. Just because I knew that eventually this is where my career was going to go, as far as like steps thus far have led me to this point. So I just knew that I really want to focus on expanding it. And I think like it's expanded so much in just a few months. So like when I think like, 2-year plan or 5-year plan, it's like where I'm really trying to take this on like a global scale, as it's that's what I really want to do, just because there's so many parts that I want to do. And now I have this team of travel agents and a team of influencers. And it's like, I have a lot of other, dreams and visions and things like that I have to take into consideration too. So yeah, we're going plenty of places fast. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, okay. Because my next question was going to be like, how do you balance the travel and like doing the app and trying to find travel agents and planning trips, and then also like working, which I don't know if it's like technically a 9 to 5 because like you're a producer, so I don't know if it's regular like set hours or not.
Yeah.
So like, how
Yeah.
do you balance that?
Oh, child, it's a lot. It's a lot. It really is a lot. It is like a regular. I work 9 to 6, so
Okay, it is 9 to 6. Okay, that's
a
good.
full day. Honestly and truly, you really just need to prioritize. And like, if you have a dream or a vision or a plan for your life, like you really need to be dedicated to it. So I am super, super busy. That is a fact. But I really do focus on like just kind of like prioritizing. I make constant to-do lists every day, and just focus on like what needs to get done now and who needs to get responses now and those type of things. And now as I expand with agents and all that, it does take a little bit off my plate because now I have a whole team of agents. And what a lot of people don't realize is with what I do specifically, because I have a team of agents, I'm not necessarily booking travel myself because I don't have time. So I have my agents. So all of my agents book the travel for, not for me, but for the clients, the people who come in and put their request in. So I send them out to my agents. So shout out to my agents because they're amazing, because I do not have time to like book travel and all those things because I'm managing all of these people. So it's a lot. It's really just prioritizing. Right now, I really just focused on the clients, like the customers, people who are interested in traveling, make sure that they have the best trips, the best vacations, and they're getting quality content. That's been my main thing. It's not like about anything other than like actually leaving an impact on people and giving them like quality content. Like I really just wanted to create something that was like, oh wow, like I am a Black woman and I did experience that, or I learned something from this, and those type of things. So yeah.
So don't you also have like group travel on the app too as well, like doing different group travels?
Yes. So we have a number of different getaway options, and we're having a number of different other ones coming in 2020, and they are group travel options. We're having like solo trip options, so like you can go on a solo trip with other people. So it's like you get to mix and mingle and those type of things. We're gonna do like a singles retreat, so you can go find your bae or your boo. We're doing like mother-daughter retreats and father-son and like husband and wife, just like group travel, so you can like connect with other people of color in different countries or different states. So a lot of times people want to travel, but they don't want to do it alone, and they want to meet people on their way, especially like if they're older or anything like that. So we are creating these already curated packages at affordable prices. So with payment plan options. So it's all great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you plan those as well, or do your travel agents plan that too, like the
Okay, so
group?
for the group trips, I plan those, but
Mm-hmm.
I just schedule out what I want it to look like. So it's not, I don't actually book the hotel and all that stuff. Those go to my agents. I book like okay, well, we're going to do a mother-daughter retreat. This is what I want it to look like. I want them to do like, massages, or we're going to do like
Mm-hmm.
fireside chats or those type of things. I will list out the excursions that I want, the times, the locations and all that, and my amazing travel agents will bring it to life.
Oh goodness, so you're like a travel advisor, travel planner, kind of.
Well, me or the company.
Oh well, I guess you. Well, I don't know for the company, like a
Well,
travel. Well,
they're planners. Yeah, for the
mhm.
agents, they're planners. They plan the whole thing for you. So that's the best part about the agents. And what they do is they plan the whole thing. They book the flights, they do the hotels, they'll list out excursions. They'll do if that's what you want. Everyone doesn't want that.
Mhm.
So yeah, they are planners and advisors. They're everything all in one.
Mhm. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I guess I was getting confused. I was thinking about. Oh, I guess I was trying to think about you because what you were saying that you were saying like how I want the trip to go or something like that. That's what I was thinking. But the travel agents actually just bring the vision to life. That's what you're trying to say.
They'll bring
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I understand now. And so, excuse me, if people are like interested, are you like still looking for travel agents and stuff like that, or do you feel like you found all your travel agents? Or are you always?
No, yes, we are. We're always looking for travel agents. We did partner up with a different travel host company, so now we have a number of more opportunities for those travel agents as well. So, and the good thing is you don't even have to have like experience or none of that. If you love travel, if you want to be a travel agent, like we will train you. There's a number of video modules you'll go through. I'm partnering with Devin Goins, who is an amazing business coach who basically her and her husband with Goins Worldwide, they created this entire travel business kind of similar to what I'm doing, but it's more so for everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so through the whole process, we'll train you, we'll get, and the great thing is you have access to thousands of hotels and airline vendors, and all these things are at wholesale prices because of the travel agent credentials that you'll have and all that. So we're always looking. We're just send us your emails, and we'll send you all the details. We have weekly webinars to learn all the ins and outs, and then you can always schedule like a 15-minute phone call with me if you want to like talk about whatever Melon on the map and our partnerships and all that. So always looking.
Yeah, yay! So y'all should go follow Nolan on the map. So with that being said, what? Well, this is one of my favorite questions to ask. Where's your favorite place that you've been to?
Ooh, I'm gonna try not to be biased and say because I love going to Dominica and Jamaica, of course, because that's where my family is from.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my favorite places that I've been to is Rome. Like I literally loved Rome so much. Like it was just such a nice place. Like I mean, everyone was just so calm and sweet, and maybe because I'm from New York, but it was just nice. It was like it was just nice. But I think that side of the world is very different from this side of the world as far as like their morals and like what's really important to them. So it
Mm-hmm.
was just like calming. It was so really nice, and the food is amazing. I love to eat. So it was Rome is probably definitely top three for sure.
Oh my goodness, that is like one of my goal places to go. Like I definitely want to go to Rome.
Yes, you
So
need
that's
to. It's amazing.
this yeah, so I'm so glad you said I'm like, dang, I'm trying to go to Rome.
Yes.
You know, I need to go over there and see what it's about. That's so funny. And so with I guess like your app and like traveling, do you have any tips that you would give to people who I guess maybe even want to start an app or want to travel more or do something more in the industry? Do you have any tips to get them started, or do you have any tips for people who want to start traveling?
I would say honestly, just do it. Like really, I think a lot of people kind of talk themselves out of it, or they make these ridiculous excuses about like finances, or like they've never been, or those type of things, which can well be real problems. But I think people don't understand that traveling, one, it changes your perspective and will change your life and all those things. But it's a very possible and like easy to do kind of thing. So it's not like, I get it. As long as you do it the right way, you can get great affordable prices. You can, learn so much about just anything. So I say really just do it. Like think about wherever, like make a list, like figure out their top 5 places and like set a plan. Like, I'm not saying travel the whole world in a year, but like really you have to start somewhere. Like, even if it's a domestic flight, like if you live in Texas, like try to see what like Atlanta's like, or California or something like that. Like start small, try, but really get yourself out there, because you really never know how much travel can really change you and how much it can improve your life overall. So just do it.
Yes, yes, that's what I was saying. On like my tips or something like that. I'm like, you don't have to go, across the world like your first
Right.
trip. Like, you don't have to do an international trip. You can literally take a road trip. You can go to the next state. You can even go to the next
Right.
city or something like that. Like, it's just all
Exactly.
about just like seeing it, going and exploring what's right next to you. So,
Right,
like,
because you never know who you're gonna meet, the places that you get to go. Like it's just like you'll be surprised how just coming out of your comfort zone and your little box or bubble of your,
mhm.
hometown can definitely change you for the better.
Yes, most definitely. So, yeah, I think that's cool. And I would like to, thank you for coming on and joining us
Of course.
for the interview. And hopefully you had a good time.
I did. It was so great meeting you. I mean, I love
Yes.
like podcasts like this, and I love like what you're doing. I'm also support of Black women doing amazing things, especially in travel. So absolutely.
Yes, thank you so much. But before we leave, you should tell people where they can find you at or follow the app and like wherever it's located at so they can, get up on there.
Yes. So Melanin on the Map is available in all app stores. So Google, Android, and iOS, Apple. Melanin on the Map. You can follow us on social at Melanin on the Map as well. And my personal social is Ashley underscore Milani, Milani.
Yay. So y'all heard it here, the founder and CEO of Melon on the Map. I'm so glad that y'all are able to hear about somebody that actually created the app. It's not face to face, but it's
Right.
close enough.
Close
It's
enough.
over the
Close
audio.
enough.
But yes, I want to just say thank you so much and have a great rest of your night. Thank you all for listening. Hopefully y'all keep enjoying. So bye. See you all. Well, I will not see you all later, but see y'all on the next episode. And thank you so much again, Ashley. I hope you have a great rest of your night.
Absolutely. Thanks, Alicia. It was great meeting
Thanks.
you.
Bye.